Boris Johnson has been accused of not standing up to the European Union over Brexit after the UK government's huge climb down over fishing rights with France. Former Brexit Party MEP Ben Habib launched a furious attack against Boris Johnson after Britain seemingly caved to France in the bitter row over fishing licences. Last week, EU Fishing Commissioner Virginia Sinkevičius said all licences requested by French boats to operate in waters around the UK had been granted, with around 70 permits outstanding. When the Brexit deal was signed, it ensured the UK's share of fishing quotas in its waters increased from 2021 to 2026. But, in territorial waters 6 to 12 miles from the coast, Britain granted permission for French vessels who had previously fished there to continue operating. The UK and France have been engaged in a furious war of words over the issues, with French boats blocking the harbours in Jersey and the country threatening to ask the EU to take legal action over the matter. But Brexiteer Mr Habib has accused Mr Johnson of breaking one Brexit promise after the other, with the apparent climb down on fishing licences the latest example. He told Express.co.uk, "The Prime Minister has not taken back control of fishing like he said he would. This has so far not been subject to annual negotiations like he said in the House of Commons in December 2019. He said it would be annually set by us depending on what British needs are." But now we have this deal where the French have 40% of the licenses. They rattled our cage by threatening to cut off electricity supply to Jersey, they rammed our fishing boats, and impounded our ships in their harbours. The whole thing is an utter disaster. I don't know what is wrong with our Prime Minister. The former Brexit Party MEP argued Mr Johnson and his government capitulate when it comes to the crunch in talks over Brexit issues with the EU, using the row with France over fishing licences as the most recent case. He highlighted the ongoing negotiations over the Northern Ireland Protocol, an issue the EU is refusing to budge on. Commenting on the fishing licences row with France, Mr Habib continued, "It is the typical Boris Johnson and UK government approach to all our dealings with the EU, lots of bluster, lots of apparent resistance, a big public spat, but then we capitulate." That's what we did in the run-up to the withdrawal agreement in 2019, trade and cooperation agreement in 2020. We're busy capitulating on the Northern Ireland Protocol. This was the last bit of defence we had on fishing, but in all respect, we had already surrendered that, and we have surrendered these last bits too. All I see is a government unable and incapable of standing up to the EU. The Brexiteer also accused the Prime Minister of breaking repeated promises he has made over Brexit, claiming the UK remains tethered at the waist to the EU. He continued, "This is another example of a broken promise from Boris Johnson on Brexit. In fact, he hasn't kept a single promise on Brexit." He hasn't taken control of our borders as we have illegal immigrants coming in. The border between Northern Ireland and the Republic of Ireland is not in our control. He hasn't taken control of our laws because the European Court of Justice remains as the supreme authority over some of the UK's and all of Northern Ireland's laws. In the Trade and Cooperation Agreement, we remain committed to the European Convention of Human Rights, which the Prime Minister repeatedly promised we would extricate ourselves from. We're tethered at the waist to the EU. I challenge the Prime Minister to show me one promise he has kept on Brexit.